So something we started this year, the year 2025, that we're continuing into next year for all of our detailing classes here in Stuart, Florida, is the opportunity to learn how to take scratches out of glass, or what I call subsurface glass polishing. Now, I've polished out a lot of windshields in my life, and it's pretty common. As you look right here, you can actually kind of see the wiper scratches following the arc of how the wiper arm moves over the windshield. And when cars get older, it's just pretty common to have these wiper scratches in the windshield. Now, if you've got a newer car, best thing to do is just go ahead and have it replaced. But when we're talking about classic cars like this 1991 Dodge Stealth, a lot of times the owners don't want to replace the glass because they want to keep it all original. Also, on a lot of classic cars, when you pull the windshield out, you're going to find rust. And of course, nobody's going to put a new glass windshield in where rust exists. So that means you just turned replacing the windshield into a full-on restoration, taking the car off the road for potentially years. And a lot of car owners, they just don't want to do that. So for them, it's a better option to polish the glass than to remove it and replace it. There's one other reason why I teach glass polishing to remove scratches out of glass, and that's because at least 2 or 3 times in my life, I've come across car owners that own a car with scratch glass and there's no original manufacturers, or what they call an OEM replacement windshield, or even side glass or back glass. And again, if the car is 100% original, they don't want to put in a replacement glass. They want to keep that car all original. So that's another option for fixing the glass, is polishing it instead of replacing it. Anyway, our classes here are so intense. We cover so many topics, tools, and techniques that there's really no time to cover glass polishing in the actual class. So what I'm going to do moving forward into 2026 is the day before the class. So the classes are Saturdays and Sundays. So the day before the class on Friday, I will have a car here with wiper scratches like you can see in this windshield. I'll have it all taped off and ready to go. I'll have 2 workstations set up with rotary polishers, glass polish, interface pads, and rayon buffing pads on both sides, so 2 people can train and work on the windshield at a time. And again, it's not that I have covered this during the class, but it's pretty time intensive. I mean, you think about it, say you got 10 people in the class, but you only got 2 people working on the windshield, 8 people doing this. Or I cover another topic, but that means anybody working on the windshield isn't part of learning that topic. So that's what I mean. There's just not enough time in the normal class on Saturday and Sunday to cover this really cool skill set to possess. So I'm going to do this on Friday before the class starts. And here's another reason I do this. The majority of the people that take the classes we teach here in Stuart, Florida, are intensely hands-on paint correction and ceramic coating classes, and sanding, wet sanding, remove orange peel classes. Most of the people are flying here from other states or other countries. Therefore, they're in town before the class starts. They get into town Thursday, Friday, sometime the week before. So if that describes you, just clear your schedule and make sure you include some time to come down here Friday and learn glass polishing if you want to possess that skill set. And of course, if you're local here in Florida and you're taking one of our classes, then of course you're in driving distance. So just keep in mind, it's Friday before the class, not during the class on Saturday and Sunday. Anyway, this car here is actually coming up. I've got a 1-day class on Saturday, December 13th. And that's on Saturday, but the Friday before the class, this car will be all set up and ready for subsurface glass polishing for all the students that are signed up for that Saturday class. And of course, you can always get more information up at Dr. Beasley's website. Look for a text link that says classes, click on it, find a date that works for your schedule, and get signed up. Hope to see you at a future detailing class here in Stuart, Florida. And of course, hope to see you here the Friday before the class to learn subsurface glass polishing.